Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining today. On behalf of Canadian Stone Industries and Semco Stone, we welcome you. Hopefully, we can get some knowledge to you on the natural stone side of things. Like Chris said, my name is Steve Bell. I am the territory manager for Semco Stone. And on behalf of CSI, one of North America's largest distributors of manufactured natural stone, brick veneer, stone siding, and building accessories, we are going to make this presentation possible today. They're also known as Canadian Stone Industries in Canada, Continental Stone Industries in the USA, and CSI distributes premium quality products to over 600 dealer locations across Canada and the US. Our stone, your imagination, residential, commercial, interior, and exterior. Canadian Stone can provide all your stone needs. A little bit about Semco. Semco Stone is located in Perryville, Missouri, which is about 70 miles south of St. Louis. We have approximately 150 employees. Company was founded in the mid 80s. It was bought by the Robinson family in 99. Our facility, we have over an 80-acre yard with over 1,400 tons of natural stone in stock. Anything from flagstone to boulders to thin-cut veneer. Typically keep somewhere around a $12 million inventory. We have a tumbling operation there, bagging operation, fabrication facility, our sales and corporate office. We also have our outdoor side of the company. This is a shot of our Belton Semco outdoor location, which is in the suburbs of Kansas City, Columbus, Ohio location, and our newest one, open about 2 years now, our Cincinnati, Ohio location. Some of the other things that make Semco what we are and provider of natural stone is our quarries, limestone and sandstone. One of our quarries is the Blue River Quarry. It is located in St. Genevieve, which is roughly about 15 minutes from our corporate office. It is a dolomitic limestone quarry, very hard stone. You get your blues, your grays, and every once in a while, a little bit of variegation. This quarry is a block quarry, so it's great for architectural stone as well as all types of veneers, custom cuts. Sandstones are Black Hills quarries. Everything from your browns to deep grays. It is a very hard sandstone. It is a quartzitic sandstone. Vast variety of products can be made out of these products. And then one of the quarries that I'll dive a little deeper into today is our Cedar Ridge Quarry. It is actually located in Perry County within 15 minutes of our corporate office, our main fabrication facility. This quarry, as you can see in the picture, is a baby quarry. It has been open less than 20 years. We're pulling somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 million pounds of usable product out a year. But one of the neat and unique things is the color range out of one pit that we're getting. As you can see, the blocks and the palletized stone, as well as the walls, you can see a variety of the colors that we get out of the Cedar Ridge Quarry. We are currently pulling 6 distinct stones out of there: the Cedar Ridge, Rustic Cedar, Brookhaven, Mountain Ridge, Timber Creek, and Madison Creek. It's a blessing to have a good variety of stones coming out of one pit so we can have very unique looks for the marketplace. But also, we have to get to those stones, and you have ledges as well as other overburdens. But once we get through that, there's some beautiful product to be had. So a little bit of the quarry process, little small education on it, the evolution of better stone harvesting. Dynamite. Dynamite is awesome. Dynamite is fun. It is cool to be around, but it is not very efficient for quarrying stone. One, you get a high waste factor. you get uncontrollable breaks. Sometimes fissures will occur in the stone that you can't see, causing the stone to be damaged. Vulnerabilities in the stone that sometimes are unforeseen until a freeze thaw incident happens. And I do apologize for the blurriness of this picture. I did have a cool video, but I had to bring this into it. So anyways, so what we did was we evolved from the dynamite process to the Aztec T560 rock saw. Basically your street sweeper on steroids. It's a track built street sweeper with a 8-foot diamond blade on it that runs the course of the quarry floor, cutting out the blocks. It is a loud, slow process. Then we evolved to the deck span process, where we drill holes every 2 feet in the surface of the stone. We put this expanding agent into the holes, add water. Within 4 to 8 hours, it creates a natural break in the stone, and it goes down about 8 foot deep. Then again, we weren't able to completely control the breaks of the stone and control the material coming out and really have a good grip on it. So then we looked into some overseas saws. So now we are using a granny rock saw. They're wire saws that run on tracks. So I'll kind of walk you through this, not too long, but the first step is we drill into the quarry wall. As you'll see the red markings on the wall, those are all used with transits to mark where we want to drill into the face of the wall. And we can really dictate what kind of blocks we're wanting to pull out based on the products that we're making. There's a lot that goes into it. We got to make sure it's level. So the core drill goes in, and as we get deeper, we just keep loading bits in, just like they do, in the oil field when they're drilling for oil. But we send those in horizontally. Up top, we come in and drill down vertically. So basically, we hope we hit the mark every time, but there are times when we do not. But now we have created 2 holes that hit each other in the quarry floor as well as the quarry wall. Then we install the railroad tracks. That's what we call them. I'm sure there's a better technical name for those. I don't know what it is, but this is the track. The actual saw goes on. As you see, there is a wire going from the saw into the stone, one in from the face, one from the top side, looping around into the granny rock saw. What it does is it pulls this diamond wire back on the tracks, therefore making a giant cut into the stone wall. As you can see, the hole that it goes into and up top. So we can go as far back as 100 feet into that wall of stone, and as up to 12 to 14 feet high. So we're getting a massive cut on each run as the saw pulls back on the railroad tracks. So this is a typical layout of a grid for the quarrying purposes. What we'll do is we'll come in from each side of the quarry wall. We'll have holes drilled where each one of those lines are intersect at, in the back side and the front side, to run the rope through. Once we have them cut out, we're able to extract the blocks with an excavator and a forklift, a massive forklift at that. Example, that block sitting on the front of that forklift weighs in the neighborhood of 30,000 pounds. So we're able to get nice sized blocks out so we can be more efficient and effective when we're cutting the product. So the grid that was illustrated is roughly a 60 by 60 grid, about 12 foot tall. It takes about 2 weeks to drill that out another 2 weeks to saw it out, and then about 3 days to extract all the blocks. So to help you understand the process of natural stone and the time involved to get product out and the efficiencies that we're doing it with, it's a definitely still a long process, but it has proven to be very effective and efficient. So once we get the blocks out, we take them into the saw houses, and we do what's known as a butt cut. We'll cut a side or two off of the stone that was natural, or the top of it, or it was a little wavy, or a real irregular surface, to create a flatter stone for the next set of sawing cycles. As you can see here on the ends, you can see how the butt cuts were made to square off the slab so we can get it to our next production step. As you can see in that second block, how there's cuts on the side of it. So basically what we're doing now is taking the loaf of bread, so to speak, and making slices of bread out of it. And we're making those slices according to whatever product we're making, whether it's wall caps, cladding, dimensional building stone. That will dictate how thick we set the wire saw to cut the blocks. As you can see with this inventory of cut blocks, what we do is stop the wire about 3 to 5 inches from the bottom. It holds the block together until we're ready to put it into the next step of production, which is the splitters. What we use is primarily a 600-ton hydrosplit splitter. The neat thing about this product is it has teeth from the bottom and the top. It splits from the bottom up, which controls the break a little bit better and allows for a smoother break. Then the next step of the process is it comes off the end of the line, where we have people taking out some of the imperfections of the stone. So it could go to the next process, which is packaging and wrapping the product, or putting it over to make the thin veneer out of. So the thin veneer saw, basically, as you can see in the background, is loaded from the side on a belt, goes into the saw house, where you have there's 24-inch blades and there's 30-inch blades. Basically, the primary one is a 30-inch blade, and it will saw the face off of it, come back around the other side, we'll send the stone right back through it, cut the other face off, and then we'll utilize the core for other purposes. And of course, we just talked about the Hydra split, which ours go up to 5 and 6 foot wide, so that we're able to get a wide array of steps, custom cut pieces made with that nice split edge. But again, it does produce the beautiful natural face of the stone, and being at 600 tons, it cuts it really nicely. And then of course we have our corner saw, which sits at an angle where we set our stone, which is already kind of squared away, sends it through the saw. Out the other end comes your 90-degree corner. At the end of the saw, I apologize, I don't have a picture of this. We also have a rinse process. So when the water goes through it, it rinses off the stone, trying to knock the slurry off and have a beautiful looking product to go into the crates. We also have a big water reclamation, I don't know if you want to call it a holding pond outside of the facility, so that we can reuse the water. So a little bit about installation of the ThinCut Natural Stone Veneers. ThinCut, it can be applied in so many applications. We have some guidelines that we put out. Guidelines are always changing as installation, I guess, advantages come to market. So like, when it first came out, we were just only recommending type S mortar. Then you started getting the additives like the Acryl 60s, your bonding agents, all the way to pre-mix mortar made especially for thin veneer now, which is an amazing product. But we do have guidelines that we try to keep updated, but they're constantly updating with the wonders of material available to make it easier to put on. So basically, we have small diagrams here of where you can install the thin veneer. You have your rigid back wall, weather-resistant barrier, metal lath mortar, thin stone. It's your typical application on a lot of houses. Of course, if you have a masonry-ready surface, that's the best way to put it up. And of course, you can even put it over metal buildings. I know back in our neck of the woods, it happens quite a bit as a wainscot around somebody's shed, wainscot for somebody's house, is what they call it. But it can be installed almost anywhere where the surface is masonry ready and engineered for it. I like showing this picture to show the bottom of the house. As you can see, it's not on a foundation. It just goes to show naysayers or people who are skeptical about a natural stone being applied without a footer. Absolutely, put it up. And also show off a little bit of custom work. As you can see, we have corners made for a bay window that we cut at 135-degree angle. And of course, you get some other people that install from the top down. Now, I am not a mason. I've been in the business 18 years. Most people do start from the bottom up, but this gentleman, the stucco crew came, they had the scaffolding up already. They work from the top down because ThinCut stone is a lightweight product and it adheres to the structure. You can, by all means, go from the top down. It helps with the cleaning as well. Don't have to worry about the mortar falling on the stone below. But here's a little close up, as you can see, with the sills, which are accessories that we sell along with the thin veneer products. No clips, no angle, adhered to the substrate. So some thin cut advantages of natural stone veneer that we like to say is it's a natural product. It is the diamond, not the cubic zirconium. Comes from Mother Nature. What we're doing is we're taking it and making it possible for people to enjoy it, for people to see the beauty of natural stone on their projects, on their homes, on their landscapes, bringing nature to the forefront. Lasting beauty. I really like this shot right here. This is a university where the top part is stone that was put on it from 75 to 100 years ago. The bottom part is a stone that we put on it 5 years ago. Did a pretty good job of getting it to match and get that old look. That's the beauty of having natural stone, is the durability as well as being able to mix it in and create a blend that looks like something that was put up a long time ago, or to actually go on the same building. The color won't fade. It gets better with time. It's like a wine. It actually weathers, is the good way to put it. It weathers according to the density of the stone and what the surroundings are. We have products that we sell that have moss and lichen on them, and they, if in the right environment, will keep it. But if you put it in the sun in Arizona, of course, the moss and lichen are going to go away. But one thing stays true is generally the color. And that is something that we've seen throughout the years as a very valuable thing to a product, especially when people are building their estate homes or commercial buildings. They want to be proud of it, as well as the designer and the architect team. That's something that they want to look back 10, 20 years and say, that's my project. And it makes them proud to see that their choices are still looking absolutely beautiful. A no warranty product, I say that in a very great way. I always think that things with a warranty means that there's a chance for failure. So This has been around for hundreds of thousands of years, if not millions. It's been around, it's going to be around. The only way natural stone is going to go away is if it's intentionally destroyed. So I like to say a no warranty product because it's already been around forever. Durability, the PSI values, the density levels, the water absorption levels, which I'll get to later, are phenomenal. They make it where that it is a strong product, especially if you have a high traffic area or a, a chance where settling is going to happen. You're not going to get this. That's why we're able to suggest a type S mortar with bonding agents, because our stone is stronger than the mortar. Um, Whenever there is an issue, it's normally a structural issue, but it's not going to break through the stone 99 out of 100 times. And we try to make it as green friendly of a product as possible. The owners of the company, most everybody within the company are outdoors people. We really love the environment. We try to keep the tree lines when we can. We have a full reclamation process. We maintain MSHA standards. We have a full water reclamation system. We use about 99% of the stone. So you see the big mountain behind all the blocks. 2 to 3 times a year, we crush that and we reuse the gravel, or we sell it to the county for roads. We use it for our properties. We even have a bagging facility, and we'll bag certain gravels. Um, we try all our ways to make it possible. And when using a thin veneer, like our ThinCut line, it makes transportation more efficient. With a full bed stone, you typically get 900 to 960 square feet on a truck. With the ThinCut, you get somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,500. So you're shipping a lot more, so leaving a smaller footprint. So multi-use product. When using a Semco ThinCut or full veneer, it opens the door for other stone needs on projects. Most projects, whether it's a residence or a commercial project, you have a veneer, but there's normally a wainscot, or there's a cap, or maybe some custom pieces, a sign, landscape. There's always other products in there. And one of the great things with natural stone is having the ability to produce all those other products that are needed on site. So it really helps with the design and architecture process when you're able to complement the veneer stone with all the other accent pieces as well as custom fabrication. Here's a couple examples. As you'll see, the veneer stone going up the left side, and then we have a custom sill to separate, and then we have custom banding as well as wall cladding that are in large sheets with a brushed finish. Kind of see them a little bit better. This job just got done, so we didn't really get it cleaned that well. We didn't install it, but we wanted to get these pictures on so you can see the full scope of what's available. You can really see the brush finish here on the panels, as well as the texture of the banding. So just something to think about, keep in your back pocket if you have a multi-product project. We can accommodate. So standard patterns, terminology is different all over the United States as well as Canada as far as styles. We try to go off of the Indiana Limestone Institute or the Natural Stone Institute. They kind of try to set some standards so that everybody could get together, but I'll let you know what ours are. Random height. It's basically no set pattern, but it is more of a rectangular look. No set height, no set length, but just random rectangles in a horizontal pattern. Here's a few examples of what they look like. And then you have the tumbled random height. Same stone. We put it in our tumbling system. Comes out softer edges. Great if you're trying to get an old look or a cobblestone look, cottage look, or even a big house at Disney look, as you'll see the Mickey Mouse logo in the driveway. It's a big community in Florida that everybody loves to use stone on. And then, of course, we have dimensional. Dimensional has a cleaner look. Masons love it because it has a set pattern. It all fits together with a 1/2 inch mortar joint. The sizes are typically 2 1/4, 5, and 7 3/4. And then we have the tumbled dimensional. Exactly the same, tumbled. You get a softer feel for it after the tumbling process. And then web wall, or what some people refer to as a fieldstone style look. No set pattern, just random shapes going up on the wall. Some people will even call it a mosaic pattern. And then, of course, ledge stones. Nice clean lines when you have a sawn pattern, or you can still have a little rustic look with a non-sawn pattern. But your typical heights are 1, 2, up to 5 inches, 6 inches max normally. But it has that really nice linear look, the horizontal flow of the stone. So create the look you want with the personalized style you desire. With natural stone, you're not set to certain sizes, certain finishes. You have the capability to create the look that you're after. Um, this has become a very, very big part of business that we do. Everything from custom pieces to custom blends to custom sizes in veneers. But this is one of the machines that does it. It's the Prasani. What it has is a head on it that is able to create several different finishes. If you look in the background, you'll see a 4, 5, and 6. Those are different heads that create a different finish. Everything from like a brushed finish, a polished finish, honed finish, and there's a few other ones. As you can see here, examples of some of the finishes that it can do: the honed, the polished, thermal, bush hammer, antique brush, and so on. And the thermal is not done on that machine. The thermal is done with the torch. So didn't want to make that machine look like it has a flamethrower on it. Be pretty cool if it did, but it doesn't. Edge treatments. Another big thing with stone is you have many options. So everything from a rock face to machine split, OG edge, bevel, half bull, full bull. The door's wide open. We even can do a sandblasted edge and a sandblasted face as well, if you're really wanting that texture and that style. The Champion saw. This is a very mesmerizing saw to watch. I apologize that I wasn't able to incorporate any videos in this presentation, but it goes back and forth. We lay the stone down on the table. It runs in a pattern according to the CAD drawing, and you get that. You get a beautiful custom piece of stone. We plug in the outline to what we want it to look like. The saw runs its course going back and forth with a 5-axis head going back and forth until it gets the look that you're after. Obviously, this piece hasn't been sanded yet, but I have had some people that really like the look with the grooves in it. So here are a few examples of what our custom fabrication is capable of doing. Everything from custom tables to a radius fire pit, custom corbels. As you can see on the left, that's the block of stone that we cut out first in order to make the corbel. I like showing a little bit of before and afters or during the process, just to get a good idea of how it's done. Of course, beautiful surround right there. Some other custom pieces. Door surrounds. Another capability is CNC and laser engraving. We can accommodate for certain projects, everything from memorials to personal signs to golf course signs, benches. The capabilities are all there. So rock solid inspiration. We more or less hit the note on our building stone side of things. We're going to also expand onto the other products that are available. Common exterior applications. Of course, we have the building stone veneer, wall cladding. That's been a big product lately. Custom cut entrance surrounds, outcroppings, patterned flagstone, irregular flag. And I know everybody can read. I just like to read them to you, so I apologize if that's bothering you. Outdoor living, natural stone countertops. Of course, you have the wall stones, natural stone retaining walls, pool copings, water features, monuments, and I don't think I went over it earlier, but so the CNC does the actual engraving, and then the engraved part is painted with an epoxy, but we also have a laser that we use to create the centerpiece that you see in this particular monument. And of course, entrance signs, pavers, engraved paving, treads, and of course, we have your common interior applications. And this has been really big for the thin veneer part of things, is the ability to put a natural stone up in a place where the engineering otherwise wouldn't allow it if you were using a typical full bed product. As long as that wall is masonry ready and structurally sound, thin veneer is ready for it. So it can be used anywhere from the kitchens to, of course, fireplaces, which is a big, probably one of the bigger movers of our product is people wanting to do their fireplaces. And of course, you have your living room, accent walls, bathrooms, restaurant, bar, archways, game rooms, and bar areas. Those are the good places to be. Lobby walls, interior cladding. So marketing and support. So we know providing the rock, the stone is one thing. We are able to hit the other things as well that you need to assist in specifying a product or using a product on a job or helping to sell a product. One of the ways that we do help our distributors is we are part of the Natural Stone Institute, which is a member of the MIA and the BSI, and we do offer HSW credit, and it's valid for AIA CES, IDCEC, laces, NKBA as well. So if there is ever an opportunity or need for CEU credit, be more than happy to accommodate. One thing that you'll also find is a summary of ASTM testing. We test, I'd say, a large percentage of our stones. I'd say 80% we have ASTM testing for. So you can see if the product that you want has the strength and durability for the project that you're using it for. CSI has a wonderful website. It's a great place to find where to buy. They have a link to our website as well, but pictures, galleries, products, ideas, all filled within the website. So the link to our website, basically this is the front page where you can find several different tabs to go underneath whatever you're looking for, all the way to downloading marketing material, catalogs, product information guides, even the ASTM testing is on this one, all the way to how-to videos, how to install certain things, all the way from flagstone to thin veneer to some fire pits that we make, all on there, videos streaming through YouTube and whatnot. Of course, our building stone collection, where you can see that, as well as the landscape stones and some of the custom as well. So some of the other marketing that we do, especially during this pandemic, is sending samples directly to the customers or the architect or design firm through CSI. You can order a banner, and this is an example of a banner. They're roughly 18 inches tall by 24 inches wide. We can print those out in a day and send a variety of different products directly to your customer, to the architect, whoever needs them, without hand delivering them. We can do it. Architect binders, we have those as well. Those are readily available. I know more have gone online or digital. We do have flash drives as well. And of course, sample boards. People like to touch it and feel it. It's natural stone. That's what it's all about. So I think we're going to do questions here in a second, but again, I appreciate your time today. My name's Steve Bell. If you need anything, reach out to CSI. I can help as well. Thanks again for your time today. Any questions? I'm here.